What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and you have to check this video. It's actually one of the craziest things I've seen so far. And I think when you take a look at this, you really get a sense and an idea of like, wow, this is really, really crazy. And so I'll let the video do the talking, and you guys watch.
Of course, it goes further. So in this one, they said, can they understand the inner monologue, the things you're saying to yourself in your own mind? Mind you, by the way, when you dream, like your visual cortex runs in reverse, so your dreams are no longer safe. But we'll try this. So they had people watch a video and just narrate what was going on in the video in their mind. So there's a woman, she gets hit in the back, she falls over. This is what the computer reconstructed the person thinking. See a girl, looks just like me, get hit in the back, and then she is knocked off. So our thoughts, are starting to be decoded. Yeah, just think about what this means for authoritarian states, for instance. Or if you want to generate images that maximally activate your pleasure sensor, anything else. Okay, but let's keep going, right? To really get the sense of the combinatorics of this. How about, can we go from Wi-Fi radio signals, sort of like the Wi-Fi routers in your house, they're bouncing off radio signals that work sort of like sonar. Can you go from that to where human beings are, to images? So what they did is they had, a camera looking at a space with people in it. That's sort of like coming in from one eye. The other eye is the radio signals, so sonar from the Wi-Fi router. And they just learned to predict, this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera. So all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room. And this is what they're able to reconstruct. Real-time 3D pose estimation, right? So suddenly AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't blow your mind. I don't know what will. And that's something folks need to be aware of. So whenever, and this is, I've always questioned, why is it that, social media feeds certain images, right? Whether it's specifically geared towards males or females. Like they're constantly projecting, these images that you're exposed to every single day. And you get a certain response to it. So now, because you're exposed to that, and if they've run tests on, okay, this is how the brain reacts, or these are the kind of brain waves people get whenever they see these images, then they'll know. And especially with Wi-Fi routers, okay, another thing is the government is now, I don't know if you've paid attention, the government is now giving out assistance for Wi-Fi. So you can get your Wi-Fi absolutely free. And now I was like, I wonder what's behind that. Now when I see this video, I'm like, well, that would do it. If they have an AI that's capable of, making real-time estimation of 3D images of the people in the room, kind of like sonar. It can detect where things are standing in 3D space. That is something to really think about. Folks, it's just unbelievable. And the things that they can do. And that, in and of itself, should make you pause for a moment. I thought this was an interesting stat that I want to share with you guys. Because 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Yeah. Folks, don't think that things are going to get cheaper. They're not. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And by the time, people think, I'm just going to wait it out, Folks, this is just, there's an end game here. You have to pay attention. When they say, when someone tells you who they are, believe them. And they've been telling you, you'll own nothing, you'll be happy. Read the writing on the wall. It's happening. For example, if you take cars as a good indicator, they want to go green. They don't want these emissions out in the air. They want to limit that. They want EVs. So interest rates at decade highs, vehicle prices at all-time highs, monthly payments at all-time highs. So new car sales must be down, right? Nope, they're up 8.8% from last year. So this isn't going to stop. It's not. And the way they're trying to get these dealers or these manufacturers of vehicles to make their cars, it's, well, oh, let's go green. And so what you might see is these EVs might become cheaper to buy because it promotes that same agenda, and you won't be able to buy an internal combustion. It'll be way too expensive. And so, and no one can afford it. I think you're going to see an epic collapse. And people, it's going to be very slow. It's going to be drawn out. It's not, people think it's going to be this drastic thing that happens. I don't think so. And it's going to be harder and harder and harder. Here is a video of Gary Gensler, and you guys can come watch it on my page at Digital World Pod. He says, "You're being openly robbed in the stock market. Head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, said, I think that the American public kind of gets it, that the system is not fully working for them. He also admits he can do nothing to fix the system because Congress is lobbied by large financial institutions." And so, this interview happened all the way back in March 3rd, 2022. So, highly recommend watching this if you have the time. But it's the state of the world right now. And that's why I say you'll own nothing, you'll be happy. And you've got to be on the lookout. You got to watch out. That's what's important here. Here is Georgina Christina. I think it's Kristiva. Oh, Kristalina Georgieva. Sorry. She talks about that CBDCs cannot be fragmented. Take a listen.
That if we are to be successful, CBDCs could not be fragmented national propositions. To have transactions.
It can't be fragmented national propositions. So that means every nation has to be on board. It can't be just one nation does, one nation doesn't. That's what she means by that.
More efficient and fairer. We need systems that connect.
More efficient and fairer? Fairer for who? From whose perspective is it fairer?
Countries, in other words, we need interoperability. And for this reason, at the IMF, we are working hard on the concept of a global CBDC platform to trade and to manage risks. And my colleague, Tobias Adrian, will talk more about it later.
So, and I leave you with this because a lot of people have the victim mentality, and it's because there's no goal, there's no purpose, there's no reason for their existence, and so they fall into this state. And so I want you to listen to this and listen closely.
I mean, I'm not an expert in psychology or anything like that. All I can tell you is that when you're a person that has always a goal, that always has a mission, the less time that you have to think about, how do I feel today? Am I depressed today? Do I feel sorry for myself? Have I become a victim? Oh my God, I feel so bad about myself. And always, I don't have time for this crap. A lot of times it's people that don't work enough. And you're busy all the time. You don't have time to think about this stuff. Let's just move forward. Let's go.
And I mean, that's straight, to the point of it. Folks, prepare. I can't emphasize this enough. It's time for that preparation. So, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. Share this content or tell other people because it's imperative. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.